All right, here we are for round one. We've won the die roll. We're going to choose to play first, and this is an okay hand. We would definitely like to draw a second green source in order to actually play Courser or a second black source for Underworld connections. That's basically every land in our deck, so I think this is pretty reasonable. We get to play Brain Maggot in turn two. If we're on the draw, I think we would have to potentially mulligan this hand, but I'm not going to mulligan. We get a Brain Maggot, and then a couple of draws before we need to hit another land. So starting off with Temple Garden tapped, say go, and a swamp. We're getting Thoughtseize. Well, probably saying goodbye to our Brain Maggot, given that it's the only thing we can actually cast, and it throws off our curve substantially. I'd love to draw a Sylvan Caryatid, then a land. That would be the perfect curve here. But maybe just ends up taking like Underworld Connections because it's a powerful card. Yeah, there's a Connections. Okay. Alright, that's a little annoying to draw Temple of Malady here. I think I'm just going to play Brain Maggot though, because I want to take a potential Pack Rat. Ooh, okay. Well, take a Dreadbore. So our opponent is playing Rakdos. So our hand is actually excellent against what our opponent is coming at us with, because we have lots of cards that give us advantages playing us removal. All right, probably just with the tap land. And we'll play our Temple of Malady. And, ooh, another Eidolon of Blossoms. I want to keep that. Eidolon of Blossoms is an incredible card in this kind of matchup. Or at least with the kind of matchup this looks to be. If our opponent is like a sort of controlling black-red deck, it's possible they're just sort of, mono-black devotion-ish with black as well, or with red as well, rather. And Eidolon is excellent there. Nightveil Spectre, okay. Alright, well, we'll play our Courser. And we'll play our land. Ooh, that's annoying. But he gets to Brain Maggot us with Nightveil Spectre. And another Elspeth, which we can't cast at this point, unfortunately. So he'll probably Brain Maggot one of our Eidolon of Blossoms, is my guess. It's not really a huge deal. We still have Doomwake Giant in our deck that can just take out Brain Maggot for free. He could just take one of our Eidolons and then leave us, we play an Eidolon, he can just kill that one, which leaves us in, not an incredible spot. We do still have Courser in play and then Elspeth, but Elspeth isn't great against his hand, or at least his board rather. He still has, he played a Swamp that was new. So we've Crypt and Guildgate. So he has Mutavault, Dreadbore, and an unknown card. He took, one of my Eidolons, okay. Or Eidolon. People complained about how I was pronouncing that before. Eidolon. And he Dreadboard, sure, okay, Dreadboard to get it back. Alright, so do we have a free land? We do, we'll play that. We will not pay any life. And then we'll play this guy. And draw this forest. Attack with Courser. he still has Mutavault Dreadbore. There's Dreadbore and 2 unknowns. We get to play Elspeth next turn, which is pretty nice. If he Dreadbore's Eidolon now, or if he Dreadbore's Courser, then he doesn't necessarily have it for Elspeth. The fact that we have 2 Elspeths makes it much worse for him to just try and hold Dreadbore and kill Elspeth. So if I were in his position, there's a very good chance I would use it to kill Eidolon. Him hitting Mana Bloom is actually kind of nice for me here because I don't really want it. Ooh, another Eidolon. I do want that though. Is he Dreadboring? Yep. Alright. And then Thoughtseize. Okay, well, now I have an Elspeth left. Pack Rat. Ooh. Pack Rat's kind of rude. Oh, that's actually a pretty nice draw. Well, is it? I can't actually draw and cast it. I can cast Elspeth, though, which I think is what I'm going to have to do. I think I need to attack him and just play Elspeth. Maybe I didn't want to attack, actually. It's possible that attacking was incorrect there. Because now I'm much more vulnerable to Pack Rat. But he is at 9 life, which is not very much. He's going to hit my Banishing Light, which he can't cast. Or if he just attacks Elspeth. Yeah. Oh, maybe he's attacking me. Maybe he's attacking with Pack Rat. Alright, he's attacking Elspeth. That's fine. Ooh, another Eidolon. Alright, He's at 9 life. So if he makes a rat and activates Mutavault, he has 3/3 rats. So Courser can't really effectively attack. I think I just want to play Eidolon. And we'll draw that. Okay, now we can play this Swamp and we can cast Banishing Light. Now, if I Banishing Light his Spectre, he has nothing that he can actually attack Elspeth with. So now you sit here and build up Elspeth. And yeah, neither of these are really things that I care about actually Banishing Lighting. I'm just going to say go. If he draws like a Bile Blight, he can potentially kill my Elspeth, but we still have just so much in reserve in terms of resources. And this is one of the great things about the Constellation deck, is that so many of the tools in your deck exchange so profitably against so many things that other people are doing. Yeah, he's just conceding because I'm just, I'm so far ahead in terms of just raw resources that it's very difficult for him to be able to come back from there. So sideboard wise, the only real change here, I think I want the Bile Blights over Abrupt Decay. Abrupt Decay is fine. It's possible that I actually want Bile Blight. I want Abrupt Decay in my deck, and I don't want Banishing Light just because. Actually, no, he's playing black-red, not black-green. Against black-green, I think it's possible that you don't want Banishing Light in your deck because of Abrupt Decay in the opposing deck. So it's possible that you want your own decays there as well. But here, I think I just want to stick with this. The other option here is because of the way that the resource exchange games go. Possibly you don't want to have the full 4 mana blooms. You only want to have 3 copies of mana bloom in your deck. I'm also in the draw, so I'm a little less vulnerable to potentially needing it for mana. So I think I actually just want to have the 1 abrupt decay. I think on the draw, it's possible that you end up wanting to have a little bit more ways to potentially interact with a turn 2 pack rat. And mana bloom is still valuable, but I think that the full 4 mana blooms aren't necessarily super crucial. It's definitely one of the key cards in the deck, but I don't think it's necessary to have the 4th one in order for the deck to operate. And you don't just want to get mana bloom flooded. So anyway, let's go ahead and submit. And well, we're not mana bloom flooded. This is a fine hand. It's not incredible. We don't have anything to do on 2 right now, like a mana bloom. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna mulligan. And thought seized. Probably Courser going away is my guess. Depends on his hand, I suppose, but maybe Banishing Light if he has a hand that's heavy on something like Connections. Oh, Eidolon, okay. Alright, we're playing Temple of Malady because there's more double black things that I could possibly cast, like Bile Blight. I want to leave the Abrupt Decay on top. Abrupt Decay is not a great card in this matchup, but as I said, I think that it's important to have a way to actually deal with a pack rat if he plays a pack rat here. And there's the pack rat. So very glad we actually kept the Abrupt Decay on top of the deck. And I'm just going to decay it now. I was debating whether I wanted to play Temple Garden untapped or play Swamp. Ultimately, just decided to play Swamp, as you saw right there. But basically, maybe I drop Basic Forest next turn, and I can just play that. But I did not. So we're going to take 2 damage and play Courser, which I imagine is very likely to meet a miserably heroic demise. Yep, here's Downfall. And getting Mutavolted. Getting Mutavolted is great because I am not really in danger of dying from here. I'm going to play Courser and gain life next turn as well. So his hand is likely just a bunch of... does he have like a Doomblade? Probably has a Doomblade here. Well, regardless, I want to play Courser. Maybe get a free card off the top. Ooh, I want to keep that card, so I don't actually think I want to play Temple of Plenty. So I'm actually just going to play this Swamp. No, he did not. Maybe he's saving his Doomblade for my Eidolon of Blossoms. If he does have a Doomblade. Maybe it's a Bile Blight. Rakdos Return. Ew. That was rude. Alright, well I guess I don't get to save that for anything. Alright, draw the Caryatid. Land? No. Alright, I don't think I want to attack. I don't want to trade damage with Mutavaults here. And I certainly don't want to block with Eidolon, so I'm just going to say go. I just want the game to continue going, and I want to win with advantage from Eidolon. So here, we're just going to play Caryatids, and say go, and really hope that his deck does not have Mizzium Mortars, and in particular, his hand does not have Mizzium Mortars. Oh god. We're dead. Well, there was Mizzium Mortars, which was exactly what we were hoping not to see. And he has a lot of Mutavaults, which is very bad for us. try and trade off one of them. So you have like a Underworld Connections here. Nightveil Spectre, okay. Oh, well, we drew an Underworld Connections, which is one of the better cards we could draw. Connections in this land. I'm going to draw a card in case I draw a land. We drew a Mana Bloom. Not exactly what we're looking for. That Rakdos return followed by Mizzium Mortars was pretty brutal. We are in a pretty rough spot now. Not a ton that I think I could... I mean, I could have not played out both Caryatids, only played out one Caryatid. But in order to attempt to play around Mortars there. Mortars is not really a particularly common card out of these decks, though. Alright, well, I guess we play Temple of Melody, so we can see that's not going to do it. Let's draw a card. Alright, that does something. But I think we're pretty dead, though, given that we have to drop exactly Elspeth next turn. Oh no, he's not attacking with those. Okay, maybe I'm not dead. He didn't attack with Mutavaults. Gray Merchant. Okay. Still think he probably should have attacked. Maybe he's afraid of Bile Blight. What can I draw? Let's Brain Maggot him and see what he's got. Alright, well, we're in trouble. We're actually just dead if he attacks with everything. And pretty much drawing dead to him just casting that Spectre too. Alright, we're dead. Okay. So I think I want to, stick with my plan. It's possible that I actually want to have, given that I know that he has Bile Blights in his deck, which I think are generally not very good against me, but I don't think I want Brain Maggots, at least not in particularly high numbers. It's also possible that I didn't see any Lifebane zombies, and his removal seems to be not particularly great against Obsidian, so it's possible I actually want to have some number of Obsidian in my deck. And maybe I want Thoughtseize. Let's actually just board my Thoughtseizes over my Brain Maggots. Just because cards like Rakdos Return, I think, are much more crucial to be able to get rid of permanently, again, particularly against a deck that has a lot of removal like Black-Red does. Similarly, against something like Mizzium Mortars that can just totally wipe my board. And Thoughtseize allows me to deal with that permanently, whereas obviously a Brain Maggot is only a temporary solution. I will not mulligan. So this is not a great hand, but it's not a bad hand. I don't really feel like Thoughtseizing him turn one. If he Thoughtseizes me, I'm fine with that. I want to save my 2 life. Haha. We will Thoughtseize him. I will take Rakdos' Return. He is Lifebane, Spectre. That would get Lifebaned at this point, right? Put you on the bottom. It's pretty awkward, but the way that the curve is going to play out, that's just going to be the case. So, well, you get to play. So that I think is like a kind of a unusual play of maybe not necessarily entirely obvious play of putting one of my best cards, Eidolon of Blossoms, on the bottom of my deck because I know that my opponent is going to Lifebane zombie me, and that left me with nothing that actually gets hit by it. So I felt clever. Ooh, Doomwake Giant. That is a particularly nice one to see on top when my opponent has a second Lifebane zombie in his hand. Alright, so I want to cast this Mana Bloom for 1. And then play this. So now if he plays his Spectre, I can still just abrupt decay it. Ooh, a Desecration Demon. I can't abrupt decay that. Draw my Doomwake. Play this for free. Ah, I can use that on it. Oh, did I just decline to do something? I don't know what just happened. Oh, wait. The interface for Mana Bloom and Moto is really, really annoying. I love that Hero's Downfall is safe on top of my deck instead of even in my hand. I get Demoned. Now, I assume he's debating whether he wants to play. He has Spectre and he has Lifebane that I know of. Oh, he didn't want to play either of them? Some sort of removal spell. So this is interesting. I can play Temple. I can play Temple, but I want to keep this on top. Or I can play Temple Garden, and then I don't necessarily have access to as much possible mana next turn. I could also play like Temple Garden untapped and Mana Bloom for 1, and then I can cast Downfall, and then I could end step Abrupt Decay if I want, but I don't think that's worth taking the damage, because my life total is not that high. It does potentially protect it from a... it's possible I actually just want to play the Mana Bloom anyway to protect it from a possible a Rakdos return. Well, I definitely want to kill this now. Yeah, I think I may want to protect Mana Bloom from Rakdos return, given that I have Eidolon of Blossoms. Okay, I guess these. I mean, I could attack with a Mutavault and do 6, 7, 8. But I think I'd rather... Would I rather play Mana Bloom? I think I'd rather play Mana Bloom. This also is the only thing that dies to Bile-Blight. Then that's one of the possible cards he could be like holding up. So... Alright, he's downfalling that. That's fine. Oh, did I want to pay life? That was what it was asking me. Alright, well, we'll pay the Mana Bloom. So he's just going to play both his creatures now. Which is fine. Oh, 2 Night Veil Specters. Okay, so his hand is Lifebane Zombie exactly. I think I just want to use Mana Bloom now to return it to be able to play it with Eidolon. So return Mana Bloom, draw my card, play my land. Do I want to play it untapped? In Moto, you actually get to see the extra card. So I don't think I want to play this untapped. I'm gonna play 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I do. 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Eidolon of Blossoms. Yeah, I think I do want to play it untapped because I want to be able to Mana Bloom for 1, draw a card, and then Abrupt Decay. Maybe I don't. Do I care about Mana Blooming for the 1? If I just play 2, 4, yeah, I have to or Mana Bloom for 0 and Abrupt Decay, because I have 7 mana. If I want to draw the card, I can also just leave Temple of Plenty on top, though, and not Mana Bloom, which means that his Night Veil Spectre hits that. So actually, I don't want to pay 2 life. This means that his Spectre will hit something. Oh no, it won't hit something bad. That was bad. Because I'm going to be playing this. Alright, he hits that. That's fine. Yeah, that was probably bad. I probably should have played Mana Bloom there. Taken the 2 damage to draw a card. Well, he gets to take my Caryatid, which I don't want anyway. There's another Caryatid. Oh god, does he have Mortars? Rakdos Return. Jeez. Now I really wish I had Mana Bloom in play. Wow. Okay, that was real bad. Yeah, now I have a stranded an Eidolon that doesn't have a Mana Bloom. He has Lifebane Zombie in his hand, which we knew. He's going to attack me, take my temple. Give me something good on top. Something to chain into. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh. So I think I actually just want to kill his Lifebane Zombie and attack him with all 3. He hits that, which he can't cast. He goes to 1. So he has to have like, man, I'm dead to a Gray Merchant. If I just attack with if he doesn't attack and I attack with everything, I'm potentially dead to a removal spell. But I end up having an Elspeth. Oh, he gets to play Temple. He gets to play Sylvan Caryatid. And another Spectre. Okay, well he can't attack me because then he dies. Alright, and then we get to play Elspeth. So yeah, this game would have been a lot different if I had just played my Mana Bloom and taken those 2 damage. So I need him to basically not have I guess something like Bile-Blight could buy him time here. But I really want him to not have Gray Merchant, which I saw him play in a previous game. Hopefully he just has nothing. I want to have like Desecration Demon, which just does nothing. Oh, tapping mana. He should attack me with his Spectres before he like concedes or something. He's dead if he just plays like a creature. So, what you got for me? Rakdos Return would kill me too. Mizium Orders would kill me. Attacking Elspeth? Attacking Elspeth doesn't do anything. Alright, he's attacking me, which means he's digging for something. You get it like Bile Blight? Ooh, a Downfall. Okay, that does something. He's at 2 life, though. I don't think Downfall is going to be enough to save him. Meteoring a Thoughtseize is not particularly good, but... like if he has Bile Blight, he can Bile Blight my soldiers, block one of these, downfall this, and still die to Mutavault. If he has like a creature, he's still dead. I think he's dead. Probably wouldn't be taking him this long if he had something to kill me. Okay. He was just taking his time with it. He could be just slow rolling me like crazy. Always an option. He's just milking his time, thinking maybe he's, you know, being recorded for a video and just wants to have as much camera time as possible before he slams down Grey Merchant and just kills me. Kind of glazing over here. There's a thought. He knows the Thoughtseize on top of my deck. Like either he wins this turn or he wins next. Either like, you know, he's dead or I'm dead. Thoughtseize certainly isn't going to change anything. A land isn't really going to change anything because Courser would have would only bring me to 4 life. I'm gonna go click over see if anything exciting happening on my other monitor. Underworld Connections. All right, all right. He can still Dark Grey Merchant. Grey Merchant here is actually is lethal still. He has the 5 mana because he has the Caryatid. I think he's down to exactly Grey Merchant though. So if he has Bile Blight, blocks here. Well, if he has Bile Blight, he blocks here. Bile Blights these, and yeah, I think he's still dead. Bile Blights these, downfalls this, blocks this, dies. Yep. Curious if the card he had was Bile Blight. Maybe he's gonna show me. He is. It is Bile Blight. No. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Anyway, we won! Yay! So that game, I definitely think that the big mistake that game that I made was just not playing the Mana Bloom. For some reason, was valuing my life total higher than the extra card, which I think is incorrect. In particular, if I had been thinking about Rakdos Return, I would have 100% felt like the trade-off was worthwhile, because being able to protect my Mana Bloom from the Rakdos Return is a huge deal. So anyway, we won despite our little mix-up there, and we are going to the next round. So let's do it.